last stream we've almost finished up Tatooine, which I have some things to talk about with that. But we went to Manan, and I think I titled the stream Manan. I hope I did. But no, I didn't. It's just day 9. That's probably better because what we're going to be doing here is Zifro told me that I apparently missed some stuff on Tatooine. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me just check it out. So I did it off stream. I missed a lot. So I helped that girl's husband. All I had to do was switch to teammate and then shut down the droids with him. I helped the Jawas. Only downside with helping the Jawas is that you had to kill all of the Sand people, aka Tusken Raiders. So I slaughtered the ball. So they're all dead. When I was looking for the Tat Glands for Mission's Brothers quest, Lord, that is such a confusing statement to say if you have no idea what I'm talking about. I found out I already had the Tat Glands. But that was after I went down to the Shadowlands and I met Darth Bannon, which I'm not gonna lie, completely forgot the dude was after us. 100% completely forgot he was after us. And I was talking to Zifro and asking him, hey, was that supposed to happen? He's like, not really. Did you make a save before you fought him? And I told him yes, because I did. He's like, okay, good. Go back on that save. So a couple minutes ago, I just finished that. Now, I made a save right before we went to Mission's brother, gave him the glands, and then I hopped to another planet, and then jumped back to Tatooine, because we also found out that Karth had a wife and son, and he was originally on the planet Talos? No, it was Talos, I think. Telos. I'd have to hear him say it again. I think it was Telos. And he had a wife and child, a son, where his wife didn't make it, but his son went missing. Well, I brought him with me on Tatooine when I was doing stuff, and some random guy runs up and he's like, "Oh, hey, I saw your son. I haven't seen you in ages, but I saw your son, and it seems like he's doing well." And Karth is like, I haven't seen my son since the attack happened. Where is he? Oh, he's on Korriban. He's training to be a Sith now. He's like, oh, great. Well, it looks like we're going to Korriban soon. I mean, we were going there anyway, so that works out. After Manan, I think. Maybe Yavin and then Manan. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I also brought Basila, and a random Twi'lek ran up, and she was saying that Basila's mother's sick, and she's hanging out in the canteen. No, cantina. So what we're going to do today is I have a save. We're going to do the 2 quests in Tatooine, and then we're going to be starting up Manan. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, I did. Okay. The Mission's Brothers in here. You're that friend of Griff, right? He gave me a message for you.
I don't like the sound of this.
I agree. He told me that he made a mistake brewing the Terrazin ale, and it didn't work out right for some reason. Oh boy. I'm not surprised. Anything else? Told me that the Tat Gland was ruined, and that he said he wasn't going to stick around and had to face this exchange contact. You mean he's gone? He hopped on board the last shuttle. I don't know where he was heading, but I can't say I'm sorry he's gone. He's one of the worst employees I've ever had. He was always on break, he mixed up orders, and I think he might have been stealing from me. Good riddance. People like Griff, they know how to disappear when they get in too deep. You won't hear from him again anytime soon. Waste of time to even bother looking for him.
Damn it, Griff. Won't you ever learn? How can my own flesh and blood be so stupid?
There was one last thing he said to tell his sister goodbye and tell her he's sorry. Lord. Oh, that's it. Mission, you want to talk about it?
Hey there. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about your brother.
I want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother. More than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Don't give up on him, Mission. He could still change. I'm trying to be nice.
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Griff is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
That is a very mature attitude, Mission.
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need?
Yeah, do you have any idea about Tatooine and why we're not on Kahn? No, nothing.
Sorry.
Nah, darn it.
Okay.
Okay. So, Basila's mom. Well, I'm assuming that's her.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here,
No.
Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't
Dang.
this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way?
Oh, why did you give me this option, game? I don't... Darn it. Yeah, my mother's long dead, if you must know.
Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say.
That's rough.
Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for great dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a great dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Oh, don't be insulted. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it?
Jeez.
You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
Don't you want to find your father's remains, Basila?
What remains would there be? Great dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron, an ignoble end to a fine man.
What about your mother's sickness?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
That's funny. I don't see anybody in here. Is that her dad? No, that's a sweet leg. Oh, what's back here? Oh. I mean, that's not a body, though. Darn it, he's there. Crap.
What can I do?
Zifro, can I come back here later and finish Basilisk Quest? Because I don't think what I'm gonna try here is... Okay. Because that might be what I do. Okay. So, we'll come back and do that after we finish Manon. But at least we know. So... I'll start heading to Manon. Let me talk to Jolie for a bit, because I haven't done that, I don't think.
Got something on your mind?
Yeah, you never actually said why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know, are you always gonna be this elusive?
Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
So you know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make
That's
you
fair.
sick.
No. But tell me what
Your
more
future
what you
will
see.
come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I
That's
wouldn't
fair.
worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can be all bad.
Know me? Who's know me?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
So you're along as some kind of an observer?
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One
That's
thing I
fair.
will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo!
Barney. You wanna talk some
Got
more?
something-
Oh, you can make a healing kit.
I suppose I could whip up something, a few herbs and such. You do know that the best alternative is not to get hurt, right? Well, not to say that you go leaping into the path of blaster fire or anything, but I know how you young people get.
No.
Here, take it.
I would never. Oh. Alright, so we're heading to Manan. Manan. There you go. Yeah, man. Whew. Oh, yeah, let's talk to Jolly while you're
Got
here,
something
yeah.
on your mind, dude?
You mentioned something about your adventuring days.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
Yeah, so you weren't an adventurer.
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
But you already said so much. I'm just curious, that's all.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man. That's what the sign says, damn it. And besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
I'm sorry, is that Gizok in the background trying to merge into the wall? Anyway, yeah, well, old people love to talk about history. Proven fact.
Oh, fine.
Oh, now it's
fine.
gone.
Have it your way. Just don't
it's
cry
successful.
about it later. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
You were a smuggler?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Was it very dangerous?
Oh, it was. I was a half-decent pilot in those days, and with the Force guiding me, we made it through some tough spots nobody else would have.
You were a pilot, too?
Pilot, smuggler, several other things, too. Or did you suppose I was always a crotchety hermit?
Where did you get all the credits for all those supplies, too?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment, per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just, knew had more than they could use.
So you stole it?
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only
Fair.
got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
What happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
That was the day you what?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's all right. When you're digging through the trash, you shouldn't be surprised when you encounter something unpleasant. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Fair, I'll give you that. Okay, I'm saving. Manan. I'm gonna say Manan as much as I can in the stream. No, I'm not joking. Okay, so. Yeah, we're gonna bring Jolie and Zalbar. I think that was right. Oh, something else I forgot to mention in my streams previously. Well, not my streams previously.
If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Okay. I leveled up once, so I think we're 15. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't talk
My
now. I
brain's
gotta get
stupid.
this KOTOR loaded up before my shift is over.
Okay, anything here? No. Okay. So where do we need to go? There's Ebonhawk, Sith Hangar, West Central, and Private Hangar. Okay. Let's go check those out. I sure hope we don't get into a fight or anything. There's a merchant? Ugh. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. You're just... I did not expect that voice. Greetings, human, and welcome to Auto City Visitors Professional Stands. We're here to provide visitors with we carry all manners of food and provisions. We have contact with resellers across the world to provide you, the customer, with the best shopping experience possible. Is there something kind of morbid of a fish person selling fish? Just me? How is that the auto? No? Okay, just me. Auto City Professional Company can help you today. Let me see your inventory. I'm not going to. Of course, the Auto City Visitors Professional Stand is here to serve you, the customer. Okay, I don't know why you keep saying it like that. I should probably buy some healing in case my healing fails. Or maybe plasma grenades. I don't like how expensive those are, though. You know what? You can keep your stuff. I'll keep my money. Cleaning droid. Are those? Oh boy, it's back to tanks. Never saw. Greetings, forgive me if it seems like an odd question, off-worlder, but might you have any exotic species for sale? Nothing dangerous, might you? What sort of exotic species? Anything non-sentient and non-carnivorous will do. Creatures are easy to manage or preferred. Is that understandable? Why do you want to buy animals? Good question. The Selkith have a low exposure to life from other planets, you see. Our government hopes to change that. We're setting up a zoological compound for visitation by the public. We're hoping to stock you with non-defensive foreign creatures of all type. The only problem right now is that we're actually procuring the exotic species we need. Selkith import restrictions are quite prohibited, to say the least. So you want to smuggle them in. I would not use such harsh words, off-worlder. Let's just say I'm interested in engaging in private trade that is allowed according to our laws. Finding off-worlders that deal in such trade is most difficult. However, I have become quite desperate. Might you have what I seek? I mean, I have some Gizak? Gizak, you speak of the small bipedal amphibians with the overly high reproductive rate, correct? Oh no, I'm afraid I cannot take those. A compatriot of mine made the mistake of purchasing a pair of such creatures several months ago. When at least our storage facilities were nearly overrun. If you are in possession of such creatures, I hope you keep them separated. If not, you have my condolences. Is there no other way I can convince you to take them off my hands? I suppose having a few of the creatures would be would be of harm, would not be of harm. We do have experience handling them now, I suppose. Since they are difficult to maintain, however, I would ask you to provide 100 credits, then I'll take them off your hand. I was hoping to sell them. How about we just call it even? I suppose it's better than nothing. We might have some creatures in our exhibit after all. I'm not gonna try to take credits off of him. I'm ditching him with a bunch of freaking aliens that can override his ship completely. I shall send some of my people to remove the Gizak from your vessel. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay. Yep. Deadeye Duncan.
Hey, stranger. Mysterious stranger. Wow, look at you. A Jedi. No wonder I could never beat you.
How did you live?
Duncan. Deadeye Duncan. From the dueling arena on Terrace, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I'm glad to see you made it off Terrace alive. Things were pretty bad when the Sith started their bombardment. But I guess getting off the planet would be easy for a Jedi, huh?
You could say that.
There was a handful of us who made it out. The lucky ones. I survived by breaking into the military base, overpowering a dozen Sith soldiers, and stealing one of their own ships.
You overpowered a dozen Sith?
Well, when the bombing started, the Sith sent down a bunch of autopiloted ships to evacuate soldiers from the planet. I saw one and I figured it was a rescue ship, so I ran up to it. A Sith patrol was approaching from the other side, getting ready to board. When they saw me, they all pulled their blasters. But it takes more than a dozen armed Sith soldiers to slow me down.
Right. You're pretty easy to slow down inside the dueling ring.
Well, to tell the truth, I didn't actually take the Sith out. A building fell on them. A chunk of building, actually, from the bombing. Crushed the whole bunch of them. Very messy. So there I was,
messed up.
all alone and standing by this empty evacuation ship. I climbed on board, overrode the autopilot controls, and lifted off into orbit. The ship had all the Sith launch codes programmed in, so I didn't have to worry about being blasted from the sky. I just played it cool and tried to fly casual. In the confusion of the bombing, nobody paid any attention to my one little ship slipping away from the fleet. Once I was out of scanner range, I knew I was home free.
So what are you doing here?
I've decided to become a mercenary. I came here looking for work. I heard the Republic was hiring. But they weren't interested in me. Guess I made a mistake by telling them who I was. They'd heard of me. Seems like everybody's heard of me. The legend of Deadeye Duncan. The worst duelist of all time. Spread far and wide across the galaxy. Makes it hard to earn a living.
I feel bad for it. Why is the Republic hiring mercenaries?
I have no idea. All I know is that if I don't find some way to shake my reputation soon, I'm gonna have to find another line of work. It's too bad. Hey, wait a minute. You're a Jedi now, so you probably won't be doing much dueling anymore, right? So the name Mysterious Stranger probably won't be much use to you anymore, right? So, can I have it? I mean, if everyone's heard of Deadeye Duncan, then they probably heard of the Mysterious Stranger, but nobody knows anything about you except the name. You could be anybody. Man, woman, me.
You'll never pull this off.
If I say I'm the Mysterious Stranger, who's gonna know? There'll be celebrity tours, maybe some endorsements. I could milk this thing for months. Well, right up until people see me fight. What do you say? Fame? Celebrity? You don't need that. You're a Jedi. But I'm just a guy trying to earn a living. Come on, give me a break.
What should I do, guys? Fake it till he makes it. I did not think I would be hearing about Deadeye Duncan again. He was probably the last person I would expect to see from Terrace again, if I'm being completely honest. I thought I would see more of Bendak more than this dude. And Bendak's dead. You know what? Let's be honest here. There's not another dueling ring in this game. There's just not. So, fine. You can have it.
Really? You mean it? Oh, this is great. No more jokes, no more snickering. When I tell people I'm the Mysterious Stranger, they'll finally treat me with respect. Thanks a lot, stranger. Oops, guess I shouldn't call you that now. People will think I'm talking to myself. Anyway, I should be going. I'm heading off planet to look for work. Shouldn't be too hard now that I'm the Taris Duel Champion. It's good seeing you again, and thanks.
What sucker. What's over here? Nothing? Just a wall? Yeah, okay. I figured. I just wanted to see. Alright, so then there's just that one door we saw outside of that Sith hangar we walked into, so we'll head that way right now. Okay. Seems pretty nice. Yeah, what do you want? Who are you? My name is Jolin, traveling stock player. No special story to tell. Are you interested in the game? Hey, if you enjoyed that video, please do consider checking out my other videos or leaving a like, subscribing, and leaving a comment down below. It's all very much appreciated, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, peace out, and goodbye.